I'm here back in the hoopty. E34 BMW, which is a 92 5 Series. Today, well, hopefully today, probably today's over the next few days / weeks, we're going to be doing coilovers. I got some CRC Racing coilovers with their extreme low little option. So I'm really excited about that. I got some Cosmis 206 wheels. I think they're 18 by 9.5 plus. Let me correct. I might have to check myself on that. I think they're 18 by 9.5. I'll say a couple options. 18 by 9.5 plus 11. 18 by 9.5 plus 35. That's not it. It's 18 by 9.5 plus 10 or 11 or something like that. Which should be interesting because I've mentioned it before. I did no research. Just kind of went on gut, you know. So anyway, the problem, I'm not looking forward to this install. I was putting it off because we had the last track event over at Speed Ring in Detroit with the Type R, and then the Type R stayed in Detroit, so that was a big deal. So I was like, all right, we'll wait till after that before we do the coilovers on this Beamer. And then I went to the beach for a week. I was like, all right, well, I don't want to get myself all frustrated and take apart a car and then go to the beach, so I'll wait. So I'm back. It's time to do this. I'm not stoked because I've got a feeling that this is where the BMW over engineering stuff starts to bite you, but we'll see. Again, I hadn't done any research. I hadn't looked up coilovers. I've got a friend that said the front's a pain, the rear is easy. On the front, I know that you have to weld, you have to cut, I guess, like I'm not sure, we'll find out, but I think it's like, I think that the factory strut is kind of one with the hub, so you have to cut that, weld the new piece on. So I think we're going to take it over to Koru Works and let them weld it because it matters, and I'm not a very good welder. But anyway, let's dive into it. Can't wait. Looks pretty normal. But I think down there is where the headache's gonna come and the welding's gonna be necessary. So let me just mess with it for a minute and kind of see what happens. Okay, no going back now. You know how I know that this is gonna be fun? The first bolt required that and all of our strength. Quote Newfound Glory, it's all downhill from here. Yeah, buddy! Alright. I mean, it's probably obvious, but it's probably worth mentioning. You just don't want to hang this thing on this line right here. I don't know which camera can see it, because, you know, it's an old rubber line, and the weight of the caliper, if it's hanging, could cause it to crack, and that could cause problems. It'll be right back under here, which I probably need to be anyway to replace all this BS. Something came loose. Alright, you got your shock tower here. Now what you want to do is cut 40 millimeters above this hub right here. So we just put a piece of painter's tape right here. We're going to cut along that line. Oh, by the way, we have compressed the spring, removed the spring. There's a little brass color little thing that you unscrew so you can pull the shock out. So all this is hollow up in there. Alright, so we're gonna cut that. But you better take your brain, go to reveal it or read it. No tell my hell no. Middle finger, the going fail pro. Stick it to the real like it's Velcro. What other country can you spell though? And for less than a kilo, can you get an elbow? Again, I never come down. Round up your guy, let me run it down. Soon as it dries, I'ma run it down. I'm fantasizing shooting Trump down. A shot for every black man who got gunned down. By the police with no conviction, said they run round. When we protest, they tell us pipe down.
No helmet.
Hey! Say what's up.
What's up?
I brought cookies.
Oh, this is awkward. I'm on a diet. I'm gonna call you back. Hey, bud.
What's up?
Nothing. Look at, we got cookies. Woo! Look at, we got cookies.
I mean, usually the lifespan on drift cars is kind of like World War I pilots.
It is. It's true.
We might get 6 months out of this one.
We should make handbrakes that say Geronimo.
That'd be cool.
Like, this is how we used to make money back in the day.
It needs to be like a very thin, like Indian face, kind of like engraved on.
Oh!
And it needs to be like, like a totem pole.
Yeah! Is a totem pole racist for a handbrake handle?
No,
That's what I'm saying.
that's respectful.
If anything, we're giving back to the community.
Yeah.
Like, we're recognizing cars.
Wow, what's this little turquoise thing?
Hey!
Dude, I want that. That looks like a little Lego car.
Like, seriously, like 4 fingers and the whole thing can like just tip over.
Oh
Like-
my God. Wait, do that again. That is dangerous.
It's very dangerous, actually. Wait, what is it? It's a camper? It's a food truck.
Just look at this. Wow.
Oh, what are you recording for?
Well, I'm doing the suspension. I'm doing coilovers on that 92 BMW 5 Series, which is just a joy. You get to weld stuff together and all that kind of crap. So I figured I'd come over here, get you all to weld it. Is this your toolbox?
Yeah.
I love it. It's so Miami, man. Oh, nice. Okay, so I didn't know. This is Rut's truck, Rutledge Wood, from Top Gear, from NASCAR, from that new Netflix thing. What are y'all doing?
Sexy Drive.
Sexy Drive?
Yeah, we're gonna build it for Sexy Drive, going viral actually. So it's got to go over 2 steel poles, get flooded by water. What else did they do in that thing? It's got a teeter-totter on an axis.
What? What motor's going in it?
1JZ non-VVTi with an R154.
Sick.
Shoot.
Kind of boring S2000, nice, but whatever, we've seen it. Oh. 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 Okay.
He ruined it.
Whose is it?
Ruined it. The car had too much power from stock, and now it's got way too much.
But where's the V-Tec?
They ruined it. They ruined it. This is like the V-Tec now. It's spools instead of like knocking.
I have like 10 pounds of V-Tec. It's just in Chinese.
10 pounds.
It's a Chinese V-Tec.
Chinese V-Tec.
Yeah, laggy V-Tec
Well, you know,
on American heartbeat.
it'll probably only run like 7 PSI of Chinese V-Tec.
Kids, V-Tec Delete 2019. All right, so we're back from Koru, threading the coilovers into the new hub, or the old hub, but with the new parts. And we're just going yeah, we put some anti-seize on it just in case, and we're going all the way full low, because that's what we do. So while we were at commercial, we went ahead and installed the coilover setup into the car. I'm just playing. I just wasn't filming because I didn't want you to hear me cuss. But basically, those 3 bolts, right there, and right there, those go back in. It's pretty quick, actually. Little joint right there. And put the brake caliper back on, and we should be good to go. You can tell that it's going to be way too low, but at least we want to go all the way low at the beginning to see how low we can go.
Well, hello everybody. I'm here working on Jonathan's junk, but anyway, we're doing coilovers. It's pretty easy for the rears. You have to take the top apart, which we'll talk about later. but the hardest part is this giant 22 millimeter bolt here.
Which is really like the only thing.
It's kind of the only thing though, so all you do is just kind of take it out. Giant thing, see? And then you may be wondering how I get it out. Whatever, it's kind of a pain. You literally have to, and flip-flops helps as well. You just
Make
take
sure
it.
you got the proper gear.
Yeah, you just kick it. And then it's ready to come out up top.
Boom. And then here.
Up top, we have, as I move the jack handle out of the way.
Yeah, you can bring it up a little bit.
Oh man, there we go. Right here, it's pretty easy. It's 13 millimeters.
1, 2, 3, and that's it. Just drops out.
And then it pops out, and then it goes back in the same way.
So like, the rears are exponentially faster than the front. By the way, this is Eric.
Hey guys.
A nice E34 owner. So he's the one that sold me the hood and sold me these interior bits right here that are gonna go on.
I didn't
But
give you the idea to give it that, to make it that low.
yeah, okay. So we went full low on the CRC Racing Extreme Low coilovers. So you buy the coilovers, you can also add to that the extreme low option, which we did. And it lives up to its name. What we've effectively done, look, we've got all these boards up under here, and I am legitimately concerned to even roll or drive the car off the boards, and here's why. Let me get the light. Because the oil pan, which he tells me is a $350 oil pan, is well, as low, if not lower, than the tires. What I think we're gonna do is raise this thing up, I don't know, maybe an inch or so, maybe less, because I still do want it to be low. But this right here is ludicrous. If you are looking for the lowest damn coilovers that you can buy, look no further than CRC Racing. Bad news. It looks like, let's see if I can get under here and show you. Right here, coilover is hitting the wheel, or the tire more specifically. So that means that we're gonna have to put a small spacer on this wheel, which I'm fine with doing, other than the fact that it's going to push the wheel out even further. Actually, you know what? That might be freaking fire. Went on Facebook Marketplace, found some spacers with the extended studs from a dude named Ryan. It was only like 10 miles away, so we went and got those. 18 millimeter, we're gonna throw them on and see what that does. Couldn't film it while I was doing it, but took this little grinder right here and shaved the inside of the fender, which kind of ran thick like that. See how I shaved it thin, and then it goes back to thick right there. Cleaned it up. All right, guys. So I think we hit a good stopping point for now. Coilovers are on. Next up, we gotta massage these fenders and quarter panels, try and get the wheels fitting right and looking good, get the ride height dialed in. I still gotta drive this thing for the first time. I hadn't driven it longer than the length of the driveway, so we gotta see how this is gonna play out. But I'm pretty excited, man. I'm Jonathan Wooley. I'm the editor of S3 Magazine. We do print. We're one of the last that do now that Super Street and all those are gone. So please, please, please support s3mag.com. You can get a subscription up there. It's probably going to be at least 2 years for 20 bucks. You know, we got cool little jet tags. We got stuff like that. s3mag.com. Go there, get yourself a subscription, maybe a shirt, that'd be dope. We got some cool stickers coming in. I don't know if they'll be in by the time you see this, but they're coming, so make sure you check back on the site. Anyway,
thank you for watching. Next up, getting the ride height dialed in, getting the wheels and the fenders to not mash into each other. So it should be pretty interesting. We'll see what happens.